Most of y'all know how I feel about my neighborhood, right? And how it's a fucking simulation. Like, literally all the houses are the same, right? Why the fuck are all these white cars, like, dead ass?
Where she cut the lemon. It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Hey Rich Babes, it's Robyn Milan and welcome back to the channel where we do it the rich way, girl. We think rich, get rich, and stay rich. Okay, so have you ever had a moment that made you stop and say, wait a minute, this doesn't feel real? Like you remember something one way, but someone else swears it never happened, or you put something down, turned around, and it was gone. That eerie, that deja vu kind of energy. We talked about deja vu yesterday, but this is different. Like, this is what people call a glitch in the matrix. And TikTok is full of people sharing their stories, timelines, flipping moments, repeating, and small things that make you question if reality really is what it seems. But here's the thing. What if these glitches aren't mistakes? What if they are just reminders that this life isn't as linear as we think? All right, so welcome to October's Spooky Vibes. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back shortly.
Y'all, I just experienced a real life glitch in the Matrix. So I'm in class. The professor is walking around handing out the attendance sheet so everybody can sign their name. I sign my name, I put my pen in my bag. This is my pen. I put my pen in my bag, I turn back around and I'm talking with my group and we working on our assignment, this and the third. I hear somebody behind me say, do you know whose pen this is? Whose pen is this? So nobody claims the pen. After a few minutes I turn around, I'm like, oh, that's my pen. Not thinking I just put it in my bag, but I'm like, maybe I forgot to put it in my bag somehow. I don't know. I go to put the pen in my bag. It's the exact same pen, exact same broken mark and everything. And I'm like, what? So now I'm no longer paying attention in class because I'm sitting there confused as hell.
We just had a glitch in the Matrix. We ordered Burger King, and literally when we got the order, the bag was like very light. And I told my niece, I was like, the bag is really light. And she's like, yeah. And we ordered like Whopper, chicken nuggets, fries, onion rings. And that should have been like, it felt like maybe we had maybe a chicken nugget in the bag. It didn't feel like there was anything. Literally felt like this empty bag with maybe like a nugget, like really light. And so we opened up and all the food was there. And so I cut the hamburger and my niece was like, did they give us any sauces? I was like, no sauces. And she was like, I really need some ranch. And I cut the burger, I ate a bite, and I was like, there's ranch on the sandwiches, it's nasty. Mind you though, I was looking for some sauces in the Airbnb, so I saw ketchup, and then I was like, I wish they had ranch. And that's when she was like, oh, there's ranch on the burger, but it's nasty. I come around, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I go to pick up the burger, and I was like, bro, this is weird. Like, my burger, not one bite. And she's like, smell my breath. I can smell her breath. It smells exactly how I ate it. It smells just like the bacon, like cheeseburger, cheese, onion. But there was no bite on it. No bite. And so we both were looking. I was like, bro, I'm not crazy. Like, no, I took a bite of it. I told you that the sauce is nasty. And I know we sound crazy right now. I'm like, oh, you're just crazy. But no, it's wild. So we think we had a glitch in the Matrix. Definitely. And the crazy part is we think that the bag was so light when we got it because this is all we ate. We still have food left. And you think our leftovers of the food is the weight of the bag that we initially had. But even so, like, if we put all the leftovers together, it would probably be a little bit more heavier than the bag that we had. Yeah, no, something. It was, I mean, we're going to still eat it, right? But it was definitely off, and we're not tripping. You know if you know. Let us know if you ever had a glitch in the Matrix that is like this.
At this point, you guys are gonna fucking think that I am doing this for attention. You're gonna think that I'm doing this to go viral. But I promise you that is not the case. I swear that this is not, like, if I had not caught what I'm about to show you again on camera, you would think she's bullshitting, just like the previous video. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, earlier today I posted a video about some crazy shit that happened that I caught on my Ring camera. I posted it and it's been getting a lot of traction. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like 3 or 4 videos behind this one. I'm wearing a purple robe. Anyways, let me just give you a little bit of a backdrop. I normally film in my office, my beauty room, or my bedroom. That's where I usually am. Like I have lighting that, like, that's where I usually film. Because of my ADHD, I never sit in my living room. Like, ask any of my family members, I never sit in this living room where you currently see me. I never sit here. I never film here. Like, I just don't. First of all, I never sit because I just never sit. But anyways, I decided to sit right there and go through the comments, right? And I'm going through the comments of that video, and I noticed that I keep getting the same comment of, oh, you probably already had that labeled. And because I noticed that I continuously got that same comment, I was going to respond with a video response, which I've already posted. It's the video right before this one. But because this just happened while I was filming that, I have to post this. This is insane. So I'm going to show you at the end of this. Once again, there is something going on. There's a glitch in the matrix. I don't know what's today's date, the 16th or the 17th. I don't know what this date has to do with anything, but something is going on. This is not my typical content. I don't talk about conspiracy theories. I don't talk about matrix. That's not my thing. That's not my zhuzh. But if I hadn't caught it, you would not fucking believe me. I'll stop talking. Okay. So what do? I'm sitting there and I'm about to respond. I put some lip gloss on. I'm about to respond in a response video, and I hear a fly behind me, and I detest flies. Like, when I tell you I detest flies, I detest flies. So I keep a fly swatter right through the kitchen, right behind that, wait, I can't do it, that wall, right? You're gonna watch me get up to go get it. Now, there should be no reason that that fly swatter is not there. I clean up my house every night, every day. It's just where it goes. I make sure everything is in its place. And as you can see, my house is nice and quiet. There's a little bit of a mess on the kitchen table because of the mail and whatever, okay? I go to get the fly swatter. Notice that it's not there. I was just about to go into my bedroom because I'm like, where else would it be? Did I try to swat a fly last night in my room? Which I know I did not, because I would not go to bed without, anyways. And on the corner of my eye, right there, I see the fly swatter. Mind you, I had just been sitting right there, and it was not there. The look on my face says it all. And then I look up at the camera like, holy shit, I caught that again. I'll go ahead and post it at the end of this. You can say I'm an attention seeker. You can say that I'm trying to go viral. You can say that I'm trying to be clickbait. But I'm telling you here and now, I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is 100% authentic and genuine. Believe what you want. I am not going to convince anyone, because I know what the fuck is real. Like that motherfucker there, that was not real. Okay, bye.
Where's that fucking fly? Fucking hate flies, bro. I hate flies. The fuck is my fly swatter?
Weirdest thing just happened to me. I did this puzzle back at home in Jersey before I moved to the city. I wanted to frame it as decor because look how beautiful she is. It took me days to finish, mostly because a large portion is like one color. And once I finished, I realized there was one piece missing. Like, of course, I searched high and low for this piece. I looked in every crack, crevice, crease in my room to find this missing piece, but she was nowhere to be found. So I realized it might be like a manufacturing issue. But I framed it anyway because because I decide to use it as a metaphor. Life is never complete. There's always room for growth, and perfection is never the goal. The other night, I left my apartment for a bit, and then when I came back, I tossed my keys on my bed. And when I picked them up, the missing piece was under my keys. I was like, what? I was perplexed. Like, I thought this was a glitch in the Matrix, parallel universe, timeline jumping, whatever. I was like, I did this puzzle in a completely different state. How does it appear beneath my keys in New York after all that moving, everything? I just don't understand it. I'm so happy and excited that I can finally finish this, but like, what the heck? I need to know if anyone else has experienced any glitch in the Matrix things. So let me know your stories because I'm genuinely curious.
Okay, Rich Babes, a glitch in the Matrix can be simple. You see the same stranger twice in two places you should not. You hear your name whispered in a room you're alone in. You wake up and the day feels as if it is a rerun you've already lived. Most people brush it off. They say, it's just coincidence. But what if it is not? What if those moments are proof that energy can repeat? That timelines can overlap, that sometimes you slip between them. Like, we forget that reality is made of energy, and energy doesn't disappear, it shifts, it mirrors, and it replays. That's why sometimes you sense a memory that hasn't happened yet, or you find yourself somewhere that feels too familiar, even though you haven't been there before. Spiritually, a glitch can be a wake-up call, your higher self nudging you to pay attention. When the world starts glitching, it's usually because you've been shown something. It can be a confirmation that you're aligned or a warning that something's repeating itself. Like, either way, those little glitches mean that you're becoming aware of the code behind the life that you're living.
So what happened was I bought 2 water bottles like this. I have a little basket. I put both of the water bottles in. They were ice cold, like right out of the fridge. I opened it up and I started chugging it. Put the cap back on, set it back into my stroller, wiped my mouth because I had hella water dripping off my chin. And I'm here with like my mom and my kids, my husband, and my daughter comes out and she's like, you guys didn't pay for my stuff. So everyone starts freaking out, like, you know, she's having like a whole little fit. I go to take another drink. I reach to grab my water and I notice that it's full still. So I grab the other water and I notice that it's full. So I'm thinking maybe the pressure from like the heat and it being open, maybe it kind of like suctioned back up and looked full. So I start trying to twist the caps open. They're both fucking sealed. To be honest, this whole experience scared the fuck out of me. It was really scary. Like, I could feel myself drinking the water, wiping the water from my chin, and looking and seeing that both bottles were sealed. I was like, what the fuck? I know exactly what happened, but I can't make it make sense. I think if I had been alone when this happened, I would have just kind of brushed it off. But because my family was there and everybody watched me drinking the water, I feel extremely validated, but also invalidated because it makes no sense. When I was drinking the water and on the way back home, I felt like it was like an outer body experience. I almost was seeing in like third person POV. A lot of people have asked me if I notice anything different since having that whole experience, and I have to say I have. There's this whole theory about a jump in timelines or a shift in dimensions, alternate realities, and I truly believe that I experienced something along those lines when that happened. So yes, my life has changed. I noticed significant changes in my whole life. My world, my surroundings, it feels different. It's something I can't explain. It's something that will never make sense to me, but it's something that I experienced, and I think it's very cool, but it's also extremely frightening.
Ignore the lip gloss. I'm trying out makeup with my daughter. But listen, I had to come on and talk to y'all about this shit. I just got sent this video. Girl dyes her hair like a bright, blondish, reddish, burnt sienna, clairol color, right? Looks dope. Looks great. She turns the box of dye around, and she is the model on the box. This is the shit I wake up for. This is the shit I love. You couldn't pay me, I'll do this shit for free. I explained this to y'all before about parallel dimensions, crisscrossing, connecting for a small amount of time, okay? But I never seen it like this. Now listen, if I need to explain it, speaking of the lip gloss, you buy a lip gloss, right? This isn't sponsored. You wake up the next day after buying this lip gloss, and you don't have one lip gloss, you have 2, okay? You're like, why the fuck? I bought one lip gloss, why do I have 2? Because a parallel version of you is missing theirs. Now, usually this shit will clear up on its own. It happens more than you think. Remember the girl a couple months ago who found a letter that was written to another version of her? And a friend mailed. It was crazy. It's in another video of mine. Had her cell phone number, everything current of hers, but she never wrote this letter. It's the same idea. But do I have a clip of it? Of course I fucking do. I'll come back at the end.
In case anybody needed proof today that we're living in the Matrix. This is me. This is the hair dye I just bought. Look at the model on the hair dye. Look at her. Look familiar? Yeah. I didn't notice until I saw it like through the bag, and it freaked me out. And it's still freaking me out.
Pardon me, hello? Are you... Maybe it's a parallel dimension interlocking. Maybe it's a doppelganger. Either way, unfucking real. You mean to tell me what I'm trying to make is somehow you went and bought that hair dye, right? And it's you on the box, but you haven't dyed your hair yet. But that version, are y'all feeling me? She didn't dye her hair yet, but the girl in the box hair was dyed. That's the part that drives me nuts. That's the part where you gotta think, hold up. So yeah.
Okay, so something super weird happened to me the other day, and I was debating on if I was going to talk about this because I realized that people will think that I'm a fucking lunatic, but then I also realized I don't care. So all of my friends that believe that they have experienced a glitch in the system, or what some people call a glitch in the matrix, I'm gonna need y'all to step up to the front real quick. I'm gonna need you to step up because this shit ain't never happened to me until the other day. Nothing even in this ballpark has ever happened to me till the other day. So my family and I are eating dinner, right? My husband, my son, and I were all eating dinner at the table, and my husband had put my Stanley cup lid on, and this man, God, I love him, but he's always putting my lids on too tight. I can never get them off by myself. I always need him. Whenever I need new water, I need him to open it up for me because he's always putting them on too tight. So I realize I'm out of water, and I'm like, hey, can you get me new water, please, and unscrew the lid because I can't get it. So he fills up my cup, and I'm sitting at the very end of the table to put this into perspective, and he is standing directly next to me. So he fills up my water, and he goes to put the lid back on without the straw, just the lid. He drops the lid. So he's looking on the floor, he's peeking on the ground, it's not there. So I'm leaning over the table, I'm just peeking down, looking to see if I could see it from where I'm sitting. I can't even make this shit up. I look down where I'm sitting at the table, and the lid is in the middle of the table. So I'm like, oh my God, Christopher, it's in the middle of the table. And he looks at me, I look at him, and we're both like, what the fuck? Because we both saw the lid fall to the ground, we both heard the lid hit the floor, and then I just looked down, and it's in the middle of the table. It's in the middle of the table. So if someone could explain that one for me, that would be great, because we still can't figure it out. That was the only Stanley cup that we had out. There was literally no other cups at the table besides my son's little toddler cup. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Nothing like that has ever happened to me before. And I also want to add too, we have hardwood in our kitchen, in our dining room. So if you hear a Stanley part hit the floor, it's gonna be loud. Like, and our baby, he's 2. Well, not a baby, but he's our baby, you know. He's 2, and he was hooked into his booster seat. So he's not touching anything, but...
And when you start to notice these echoes, when moments repeat, when energy shifts, when reality feels paper thin, it means that your awareness is expanding. It's not scary, it's power. Because the ones who notice the glitches are the ones who stepped out of autopilot. The veil between what's real and what's divine is thinning. And not everyone can see it, but you can. Maybe that deja vu that you keep having isn't random. Maybe you you dreamed this before you lived it. Maybe the universe is showing you how infinite you really are. So instead of saying, that was weird, say, okay, this is a sign. Like maybe the moment that you start questioning reality, you begin creating it. You're not a player in the matrix, babe. You're the one rewriting the code. And the glitches, they're just proof that you're starting to notice the system. So when things don't add up, when your spirit feels like something's off, don't panic, pause, observe, and listen. Like you might just realize that every era is actually an upgrade. And that's what happens when your consciousness level up. Reality bends to meet your awareness. Ooh, what y'all think in the comments? Have you ever experienced this before? Let us know, okay? Also, if you want me to drop any videos that you're interested in during our spooky October vibes, put it in the comments. I'm reading them tonight. Also, my loves, listen, I'm about to open doors for my Rych Babes to finally gain their freedom. All right, so if you've been waiting for a sign to start building your soft life with structure, this is it. Join my email list at richmilanco.com so you don't miss what's coming. The next few weeks are about to change everything for the women who are ready to think rich, get rich, and stay rich. Okay, we have less than 80 days left until 2026. And if you're still struggling with sales, okay, it's time to make your next move your best one. Grab my $1 martini ebook, girl. It is the exact strategy that has helped hundreds of Rych Babes make their first sale and gain confidence, okay? Don't wait for the new year to start getting serious, okay? I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Until next time, Rych Babes, stay rich. Love you.